Hello children, welcome to the session, and in this session we are about to study a very interesting process, and in this process we are about to learn that how do we obtain fibers from wool. Yes students, the wool that we obtain in the form of hair of animals, how do we develop fibers out of it? And let us begin from very starting. And you might have observed while traveling to some hilly areas like Jammu and Kashmir or Uttarakhand, you would have observed sheep grazing the field, and the shepherds take them the shepherds take them for grazing. And these sheep are herbivores. What they are? They are herbivores. That is, they only consume plants, and therefore they prefer grass or leaves. Okay students, you might have observed these. So students, it's really important to take care of these animals, these sheep, because we have to obtain wool from them. And rearing means to take care of these sheep. So sheep are reared, that is their hair are cut and processed into wool. So their body hair are cut and then they are processed to form wool, and we are just about to study this processing. Let us now move ahead and understand what are rearing and breeding. Breeding, we have already discussed that we do selective breeding. That is, we select high quality sheep or animals that produce very fine wool or woolen fiber, so that we obtain high quality fabrics. So, in rearing, we take care of these animals because we have to obtain healthy and very fine quality wool. So shepherds take the herds of sheep for grazing. Then sheep are herbivores, as we have already discussed, and they prefer grass and leaves, and they are also fed with a mixture of pulses, jowar, corn, oil cakes and minerals. And what are oil cakes? Oil cakes are, students, these are the leftover mixture. These are leftover mixture of the seeds which are used to obtain oil, and when the oil is removed from them, we feed them to we feed these cakes, oil cakes, to the sheep. And in this way the sheep obtain the adequate minerals that are required by them for healthy growth and for the development of healthy hair on their bodies. And in winters, shepherds prefer to keep these sheep indoors so that they do not fall sick, and they are fed on leaves, grains and dry fodder. Okay students, then sheep are selectively bred for a particular type of wool, that is whether we need fine wool or we need coarse wool, and accordingly we select their parents so that we obtain the desired characteristics in their offspring. Okay students, then once the sheep are reared and they have developed full thick growth of hair on their bodies, their hair is shaved off from their bodies to get this wool. And how do they shave their bodies? They use the machines. The similar kind of machines are used which are used for humans. Okay students. Now, here is a table that gives us the idea of some of the Indian breeds of the sheep. You can observe it from the table. For example, Lohi is a breed of sheep and it is used for obtaining good quality wool, and it is mostly found in Rajasthan and Punjab. Then we have Rampur Bushehr, which is used for brown fleece, and it is found in Uttar Pradesh and Himachal Pradesh. Then we have Nali, which is used for obtaining carpet wool, and this is a little coarse wool which is used for making carpets, and it is found in Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab. Then we have Bakarwal, which is used for making shawls, woolen shawls, and it is mostly found in Jammu and Kashmir. Then we have Marwari, which is used for obtaining coarse wool, and it is obtained from Gujarat. Then we have Patanwadi, which is used in hosiery, and it is found in Gujarat again. So these were some of the Indian breeds which are used to obtain wool. Okay students, let us now move ahead and understand the process of obtaining wool from these fibers. So the first step is that the fleece, which is the hair of the sheep, along with a thin layer of the skin, is removed from its body. So students, this first image that you see, you can see in this picture, it is shearing. And what it is, what does this mean? Shearing means removal of the hair from the bodies of these animals along with the topmost layer of their bodies. So you must be thinking it must be really hurting the animal. No students, it does not hurt the sheep at all. Why? Because when you cut your hair, does it hurt? No, it doesn't hurt. Why? Because these are dead cells and they do not hurt the sheep for obtaining wool. And when the top layer of the skin is removed, it also does not harm these animals. Why? Because this is the top layer is the layer of dead cells. For example, when you are hurt and a wound develops on your skin, and after some time the top layer of the skin can be easily removed and it doesn't hurt you. Why? Because it forms the dead layer. Okay students, so this first step is known as shearing, which is the removal of the hair from the bodies of animals along with the top layer of the skin. Now let us proceed towards the second step. In this step, the hair and the skin obtained from the animals is washed in large tanks, and this is a scouring tank. Scouring tank. And what is the meaning of scouring? Scouring is this process of washing the hair and the top skin of the animals in order to remove grease, dust or any dirt particles. And nowadays this is done with the help of machines like this. This is a machine used for scouring. Scouring means cleaning. Okay students. Then the next step is, after scouring, sorting is done. That is, the different types of wool are separated so that they can be used for their purpose, whether it is to be used for making shawls, sweater or carpets or rugs. Okay students. And the hairy skin is sent to the factory where the hair of different texture are separated or sorted. Okay students. Now let us move towards step number 4. And in this step, the small fluffy fibers, which are known as burrs, are picked out from the hair. Hair develops burrs, which you might have observed on your sweaters as well. Small fluffy particles develop on the sweaters, and these are known as burrs, and these are to be separated from the wool. Okay students. Now next step, which is sixth step, and in this step the fibers can be dyed in various colors, because natural fleece is mainly white in color or maybe brown or black, which is obtained from goats or sheep, and this can be dyed in a variety of colors as per the choices. That's why you can obtain very colorful scarves and shawls, because they are dyed wools. Okay students. Now the last step in the process of making wool is that the fibers are straightened, combed and rolled into yarn. They are finally rolled in the form of yarn. You might have seen the balls of the yarn of this wool that your grannies may or your mothers may use to knit the sweaters. So they are woven in the form of yarn, and the long fibers are made into wool for sweaters, and the short fibers are spun and woven into woolen clothes. Okay students. So these were the few steps that we use for the processing of woolen fiber in order to obtain wool from it, from the hair of the animal. So what were the processes that we have discussed? So the first process that we did was shearing. Shearing of wool. Shearing means removal of hair from the bodies of the animals along with the top layer of the skin. Then after shearing we did was scouring. Earlier it was done in large tanks manually, but nowadays we have machines for scouring. After scouring, what we did, let us just check it out. After scouring we did was sorting. Third step is sorting. That is sorting different textures or different types of wool. Then after scouring we did removal of burrs. After removing the burrs, what we did was we dyed the different wool in different colors, dyeing, and finally they are woven into the form of yarn. So these are a few steps, children, that you must remember very thoroughly, because these are mostly asked in examinations, and you should be very thorough with the concept. That is, first you are shearing, then scouring, finally sorting, then removal of the burrs, then dyeing, and finally the yarn is obtained. And in this way we obtain the wool from the hair of the animals. So I hope, students, that you would have understood this.
Now, subscribe to Bright Tutee course at ₹1 per day only. Download Bright Tutee app from Play Store and get the online courses prepared by competent and experienced teachers for different education boards of classes 6 to 10. Bright Tutee courses are available for the subjects of Math, Science, Social Science, English and Hindi in English and Hindi medium. Bright Tutee follows 3-step approach, that is learning, assessment and exam preparation. In learning, topic-wise video lectures with explanation of concepts and discussion of textbook examples and questions are available with the solutions. In assessment, topic-wise online MCQ test, practice assignments and chapter-wise question bank are available with the solutions. In exam preparation, previous year's question papers, sample papers and model test papers are available with the solutions. Sign up today on Bright Tutee and avail your courses at affordable prices.